Welcome to DocTalk. I'm David Palick. With dwindling resources and a fragile atmosphere, raising awareness about our global environment is a driving force for many documentary filmmakers.
This is the memory of the landscape. That landscape is gone.
The quest for truth behind our vanishing planet is the focus of two eye-opening films, You've Been Trumped and Chasing Ice.
No, CPO! You will be the next to go!
Great Britain's last remaining coastal wilderness includes rare and very dynamic sand dunes only found in northeast Scotland. But when celebrity tycoon Donald Trump decides he wants to build a luxurious golf resort there, a group of proud Scottish homeowners take a stand against him.
We're just cast aside, we're in the way. It's an awful way to treat people.
Committed to giving a voice to these local heroes, director Anthony Baxter finds himself arrested on a trumped-up charge of disturbing the peace in this modern-day David and Goliath tale.
The events in the film take place on the east coast of Scotland, an area called Aberdeenshire, and I live just down the road from it. It's an area of outstanding natural beauty. There are these sand dunes there which are unique in Europe. They move and shift in a way no other sand dunes do. They're key for telling scientists about the effects of global warming on the coastline, but they're also a fantastic wilderness area, supposed to be protected by Scottish law from development.
If you spread out, guys, you'll get the best view. Hello, everybody.
When Mr. Trump arrived in Scotland, he was seen, I think, very much as a celebrity coming to the area. That was the message that the local newspapers in Aberdeen wanted to portray.
It was spectacular for me yesterday to be able to walk the final version of the course with my father, to say this is what will be etched into this land forever.
Watch this.
Donald Trump's plan was to build 2 championship golf courses, a skyscraper hotel, 1,500 houses, a 450-bedroom hostel. There were also going to be condos put there. And this was really an idea of bringing wealthy people to this part of Scotland.
I'm going to build for the people of Scotland the greatest golf course anywhere in the world. There'll be nothing like it, and it's going to be done environmentally perfect.
The promise was it was going to deliver 6,000 jobs across Scotland, 1,500 permanent jobs. That was the claim.
I look at Mr. Forbes and his disgusting conditions in which he lives, and for people to have to look at this virtual slum is a disgrace. Mr. Forbes is not a man that people in Scotland should be proud of.
Michael Forbes is a farmer fisherman who lives locally. His family have been fishing for salmon in that part of the Scottish coast for generations.
It's my home. I've stayed here for 43 years now, and he won't put me out of it.
He lives there with his wife Sheila. Next door to them is Michael's mother, Molly, who is 88 years old. And the film really tells their story, but also the story of some of the other residents. They didn't choose this struggle and this fight. They've just been living there locally and enjoying living by the sea and by the dunes, and they care very passionately for that environment.
See that line of trees? Well, that's where my well is. As you can see, the lorry is going round there just now. They built the road on top of my spring. Well, I think my water's more important than his bloody road just now, but not to them, eh?
The spring that supplied their house had been built over by the Trump organization, and there was no effort being made to try and restore that water in an emergency sense.
Having no water for a week and no toilets, no facilities is an absolute disgrace.
Who's in charge between the two of you gentlemen?
Police swoop in and they say that they're there to investigate a breach of the peace.
What we need to do is, what we need to do now.
You do know what?
You've been detained under section.
A couple of minutes later, I then find my camera being wrestled from me, thrown over the bonnet of a car in Susan's front drive. We're then taken off to Aberdeen Police Headquarters. We're thrown into separate cells after having our DNA and fingerprints taken. And then the police say we're being charged with a criminal offence. The Crown Office threw out the charge eventually.
Mr. Trump, I just wondered if you could tell us how many local people are employed on the site at the moment.
A lot. We have a lot of local people employed.
Can you give us
and
a
we're
number?
just beginning. I don't have numbers. We're just beginning, but a lot of people. And there will be more and more. We've had hundreds of people doing the Marin. Now we're ready to start the Marin Grass again. That's a very big project.
The first golf course opened in July and has actually created a few dozen jobs. In other words, the crown jewels of our natural heritage have been destroyed for no economic gain.
These are tees that are built onto very steep sand dunes, so they will have to be built up. And that will involve moving biblical amounts of sand. So not only do you lose the natural dynamism that this area is noted for scientifically, but also you'll be constructing a largely artificial sand dune environment.
It's not a Scottish story alone. This is a story that is unfolding across the world. They're all trying to weigh up the balance between economic development and the impact on their local environment. The whole role of being a filmmaker is to document what is happening and then to allow people to make up their own minds.